So I am M. I am the youth transition coordinator or youth transition specialist or youth transition slash independent living specialist. I don't actually know what my title is. I'm in charge of youth transition at CILCP. Essentially, what youth transition is, this is our pamphlet that I made. Youth transition is the way that it's categorized on our end of things is any young adult with a disability between the ages of 14 and 24 who is in their post-secondary life. So that would be if they have graduated high school, if they are in college, if they are working a job after high school, if they have had to withdraw from school for medical reasons, if they did not complete high school, any of those young adults between the ages of 14 and 24 would be categorized as youth transition. That is just on our end, but more broadly, youth transition, what I do is I reach out to schools and school districts in the counties that we serve, Cumberland, Dauphin, Juniata, Mifflin, Perry counties, and I connect with their special education department and their transition coordinators in order to figure out what needs and supports that they might need or want from us as a organization to support their youth transition, because every student that has an IEP is required to have transition services offered to them starting at age 14. And there's a lot of schools that don't have enough teachers or staff in order to meet all of those needs. They do the best that they can, but where we come in is we're like, hey, we have all of this stuff already put together. If you want us to come in and like help facilitate transition services for your students with IEPs. Well, that's the other requirement is they have to identify as having a disability or have an IEP or have been eligible for an IEP in high school. And so with that, I have developed a 12-week independent living skills course. It's typically, it fluctuates depending on the school and depending on their needs, but it's typically 2 hours every week per semester. And the topics in it range from self-advocacy and self-determination to disability rights and disability rights history and the ADA and what rights you have as a disabled person, to finances, to housing and transportation, to health and wellness. Literally any independent living skill that you can like immediately think of off the top of your head, like a broad subject of independent living skills, is covered in that 12-week course. So I have offered that to schools that I have met with, and all of them have been really excited, especially when they find out that it's free, which is really exciting to get to tell them. And what else do we do? I have started working on making social groups and advocacy groups for youth consumers specifically, and they don't have to be consumers to participate. But the first one is Disabled Youth in Action. I already have it. The first one is called Disabled Youth in Action, which is based off of Disabled in Action, which was started in the 60s and 70s during the disability rights movement. Judy Heumann was part of that. It's still ongoing. They're out of New York. And that was more of a advocacy, systemic activism, and like community involvement group that is tentatively going to meet twice a month. And that's for consumers or anyone ages 14 to 24 who identifies as having a disability. And then there's also Disabled Youth of Central PA, which is like the social version of that, where it's like super informal. We'll have food, we'll have snacks, we'll have drinks, we'll have games, art, craft stuff to do. Literally anything that we can think of. We can do independent living skills training, like if we want to go over how to cook a certain meal, or if we want to go over how to sort your laundry. It's like, it's essentially up to the youth to decide what they want to do in all of this. If they decide that they don't want to take the 12-week course, they don't have to. Like, we'll offer it to them and we'll have them come to the first session, which is about self-advocacy and self-determination. And if they decide they don't want to be a part of it, they don't have to. And if they don't want to do any of these social groups, they don't have to. But if they do want to do these things, they can also give me feedback on what other things that they want to learn, or what other activities they would like to have offered to them through the CIL. And I work on making that happen. So I do a lot of different things. But that's the overview. So the best way to sign up, quote unquote, for youth transition services is you can either come in person to the office. We're at 3211 North Front Street, Suite 100, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 17110. Our accessible parking is in the back of the parking lot. And you just come in through the back door and then go down the ramp. We're the first door on the left. And so you can either come in person and ask to talk to me if I'm available. If not, there's also literally so many other IL specialists here that can get you set up to become a consumer, and then I can kind of check in after that. Or you can call in to the front desk, 717-731-1900, and then Josh will be able to answer and figure out who to get you connected with, probably me if it's regarding youth transition. Or you can send me an email at ecase@cilcp.org, letting me know that you're interested in becoming a consumer, and I can set up a meeting either via Zoom or here or at your residence, or if you want to meet at like a coffee shop or a library or a park, wherever you feel most comfortable meeting, I can meet there. And we can help you become a consumer and meet your goals. So if you want to get in contact with me, I work at CILCP, the Center for Independent Living of Central PA. My name is M Case, spelled Kase. My phone number here is 717-731-1900, extension 219. And then my email is ecase@cilcp.org. Those are the best ways to get in contact with me here. If you want to talk about ADA, if you want to talk about youth transition, if you want to talk about independent living goals, I'm here.